Welcome to the Beyond Kin project. The Beyond Kin project was established in 2016 by Donna Cox Baker and Fraisine Taylor. In this project, we facilitate the documentation of enslaved people and their families. And we especially want to invite the descendants of slaveholders to participate in this research project to support the efforts of the descendants of enslaved people to find their ancestors. So, how do we do this? What documents do we use? The documents we use are wills, inventories, probate records, court cases, mortgages, insurance policies, Civil War military records, Freedmen's Bureau records, auctions and fugitive advertisements in newspapers, personal diaries and letters, housekeeping books, bills of sale, deeds of emancipation or manumission, the U.S. mortality schedules, the Federal Writers Project, and we also use the U.S. Federal Slave Schedules, although they do not usually mention anyone by name, but they do give us an idea about the size of a farm or plantation, the number of people working on it, whether they are men, women, or children. So this can be very useful to the research. So where do we go to find these documents? The easiest place to find the documents is in Family Search Wiki. So if you go to Family Search Wiki and you choose the state that you are researching in, so in this case it's South Carolina, it will give you information about what records are available, where they are available, and whether you have to pay to receive these records. And it also, as in this case, gives a map, and you can click on a county and find additional records which are specific to that area. So let's take a look at some of the information that we can gather from the documents already mentioned. This is a will which was made by a man called John McDonough, who died in New Orleans in Louisiana in 1850. Now, because his will was hotly contested, the executors of his will decided to have a copy printed of his will, and in it we see that he has named some of the enslaved people who were working on his plantation, and he's saying that he wants them to have their freedom after his death. And he goes on to name other people who were enslaved on his plantation that he intended to be sent to Liberia. Another document that we have here that we can just take a look at is the US Census Mortality Schedule from 1850, and this one is from Georgia. And as we can see, there are 3 men here who are named as having been born in Africa. So this again is very important information. So let's take a look at an historical newspaper. And this one is the Edgefield Advertiser from South Carolina in 1836. And it tells us about a man called Tully S. Sullivan. Now, Tully F. Sullivan had defaulted on his debts, so the court had ordered the sheriff to sell his property, so land, houses, and 9 people who are here named. So again, this is a very important document when researching the lives of enslaved people. The final record I have here for you is the one I love to finish with, which is a marriage record for Elijah and Minta Ann Fields in Kentucky, and it shows that they married in 1856. It also lists all the children that have been born to them prior to the issuance of this certificate. So, a beautiful document and an important one to have when researching an enslaved family. So these are just some of the examples of the documents that are available to us when we are researching the lives of enslaved people. So I just want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this video and for either making an entry into the Beyond Kin directory or making a tree. And a reminder that together we are working for every soul a story and every family a name. If you have any questions, you can find us in a private forum on Facebook at this link, and we would be delighted to welcome you there and help in any way that we can. The Beyond Kin project is supported by the Golden Egg Genealogist, and this video was created in 2019 by Martine Brennan, Ireland.